What's going on, Javier Lobby? It's your boy Javier with the Javier Show. Make sure you say it twice. All right, y'all. So something came my way, and let's just say that it is disturbing at the very least. And I gotta share it with y'all. I gotta give y'all my thoughts on this. And it's not gonna be a long video, but it's something that I really gotta touch on. So without further ado, stay tuned.
1 in a million to 1 billion. Too hot to be in the kitchen. I'll end up melting the ceiling.
All right, if you're new to the channel, you like politics, religion, and culture, come get it from a unique perspective. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button below, hit that bell, you get notified every time I upload a video, and go buy some Hobby Lobby merch while you at it. With that being said, this video right here came to me by my lovely wife, and she sent it my way, and my wife doesn't really get into all of this stuff like that, but every now and then she shares something with me that just shocks me, and I got to talk about it. So this one is about a guy named Pastor Mike Todd. I'm not familiar with the guy, but apparently he's a very outlandish guy based on the video that we're about to watch. And I just want y'all to brace yourselves because this is kind of disgusting. But without further ado, let's get into it. And you know what? I'm going to actually make this bigger because I want y'all to see exactly what's going on. Let's see if I can get that thing bigger. All right, let's get it.
Changing something and you don't see it clearly yet. But you hit.
Talk about disgusting. This guy just hawk spit right into his hands. Now, look, I've seen some crazy stuff in my day, and I've heard some crazy stuff while in churches and on the internet. This is one of the ones that tops the list.
And this is where most people would not face Jesus anymore. What most people would do is turn away.
Now, I'm not necessarily sure exactly what it is he's getting at right now. My first impression right now is that he is referring to the moment when Jesus took his spit and mixed it with mud and put it on the eyes of a blind man and healed the blind man. I'm assuming that's what this is referencing. I hope it is. I hope it is. Man, look here. Oh, he spit in his hand again. This is nasty, y'all. This is disgusting. Yo, and the dude, I'm guessing the name of the video is Pastor Mike Todd spits in hand and rubs it all over his brother's face. So maybe this is his brother. But tell me what the plan is here, because he's spitting in his hand. I'm assuming that he's going to do something with the spit, right? And the dude is just sitting there like smiling.
What I'm telling you,
he's sharp now. That dude is sharp. That suit, whew, he's sharp. He got that thing tailor-made, got the cuffs showing. Whew, got a nice clean haircut. Boy, they must be paying their tithes in church.
What I'm telling you, is just as he's physically standing here, knowing what's coming.
You got people in the crowd saying, yeah, wow, yeah. I mean, like, come on now. Look, there are some very reasonable religious people out there. People who go to church and they pray, they read their Bibles, and they try to be better people and try to learn from the stories of the Bible and become, upstanding people of God. And they do their best to try to, pass that on and spread that message. This, my fellow human beings, is next level. This is the next tier. This is where we are in some of these churches. This is outrageous.
Standing here, knowing what's coming. God's saying, can you physically and spiritually and emotionally be able to stand when getting the vision or receiving it might get nasty?
Come on, people. Come on. Look, we have something as human nature that's called empathy. We can empathize with other people. We don't necessarily have to go through something to understand something. Many people can read the Bible and read the stories and understand the message that it's trying to portray and get it and go forward with that. then some people have a little problem with that, and you might need a little help. But this, to me, is just an excuse for him to get more attention. This right here is an excuse to set himself apart. There are some people in this life who just need more attention than other people, and they're willing to go to any lengths to get that. And this is exactly what you're about to see. Exactly what you're about to see.
When getting the vision or receiving it might get nasty. I'm going to say it in a point just like that. Receiving vision from God might get nasty. You mean
receiving vision from God might get nasty? It doesn't have to get nasty, but it might get nasty. Okay, let's break that down just for a second here. There are people out there who believe that some people will get what God has for them without any resistance. And then there are other people who have to go through some drastic things in order to receive the gift of God or salvation. And I can understand that argument, right? But in some shape, form, or fashion, we have to be able to understand the difference between what God is trying to do with other people versus what you have the right to do in the name of God. Now, do you really believe that Christ or Jesus himself would endorse this message on what he's about to do? I really got to ask you this. I know some people might say yes. I think many of you will say no. But is this really what it takes for him to get God's message out?
God, I just bought, in crazy faith, I just bought my dream car. And now you're going to ask me to sell it back and ride in the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you.
Man, look here. This man is rubbing his hands. I want y'all to brace yourselves. If y'all got kids watching, teenagers, somebody who is not necessarily, mature enough to see what is about to take place, I ask that you turn them away, ask them to put the phone down, to not really see what we're about to witness here, ladies and gentlemen, people of the Hobby Lobby, because I wasn't prepared either.
It might get nasty.
Look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, is this what it's come to? Is this what it's come to? All right, y'all. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a Christian, right? Who am I to judge? Who am I to say, well, this is not the right way. This is not the right path. But as a human being, a person with logic and reason, with a working brain, which many of you will believe that God gave me, all right? I'm asking you to ask yourself, and some of you already know what's coming, but ask yourself, is this condonable? Like, is this literally acceptable in church? Is this literally what we should expect from church leaders and pastors and preachers? People doing this type of stuff. That's a good question that I have for you, because this is disgusting. This is nasty. This is foul. Look at that.
And do you hear?
Some of it got on his mouth. Some of it got on his mouth. Look at that. It's all white and nasty. I want to point out the fact that we have a disease that came from Wuhan, China, called the coronavirus, and it is real and it is out there, and people are suffering from it and dying from it. And here we have this guy literally wiping his spit on this other man's face. Now look, check this out. I don't know when this video came out, but I know it was uploaded like a day ago at the moment that I'm recording this. This is just unsanitary in all its. What about that? Do not test our Lord, that God. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta keep playing it, but.
And do you hear and see the responses of the people?
Oh yeah. See, some people are smart enough to know the response they're going to get. He knows what people are going to think when they see this. And he's anticipated it. Now he's going to build it into his message to make it seem as if he's justified for this, because he wants the reaction that he's getting. And he knows that people are going to give it to him, which still doesn't justify what he's doing. All this hurt my feelings.
What I'm telling you is how you just reacted is how the people in your life will react when God is doing what it takes
That's not true.
for the miracle. What are you saying?
That's not true. That is not true. Look, you taking your nasty spit and rubbing it in this man's face has nothing and says nothing about how people will react to you when you get right with God, or you get saved, or God asks you to do something that you're not willing to do, or people don't understand what God is sending you to do. Look, we live in 2022. Christianity has been around for thousands of years, over 2,000 years at this point. If you don't know about Christians, if you don't know about God, if you don't know about Christ at this point, maybe you live in a remote location where you don't get much access to the real world or the free world, and maybe you just haven't heard the good news yet. But for the most of us, and especially his audience, I'm pretty sure they already know that there are going to be people in their lives who turn to Christ, who get saved, and they're going to start behaving differently. They're going to start acting different. They're going to start treating people differently. And that's perfectly acceptable and normal. Hell, I'm an atheist, and I'm nowhere near surprised when somebody decides to find God, or God finds them, and they decide that they want to turn their life over to Christ, and they start doing things that I may not necessarily do or would like to do. But I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. So, I mean, this is unnecessary.
This man was blind. And what he was trying to do with this man is give him his DNA.
All right, so it goes back to what I was saying about Jesus rubbing his spit in with the mud and putting it over the blind man's eyes and helping him see, right? And that's what he's alluding to.
Was trying to do with this man is give him his DNA.
To give him his DNA. Well, you just gave your brother all the DNA he can ask for. All the DNA he can ask for. And trust me, look, the proof is in the pudding, people. Y'all saw it for yourselves. Let me know in the comment section. Do y'all think that this was acceptable? Do you think that it took this to get the message that he was trying to get across? Do you think that he was doing it for attention, for some kind of viral moment, to, you know, have people looking and saying, oh, who is this guy? Ask yourself that. Really. Because last time I checked, Jesus wasn't one to do unnecessary actions in order to prove a point. I think Jesus did everything in the Bible, according to the Bible, in a sense that it was to accomplish the goal that he came here to accomplish. He wasn't about doing unnecessary actions that didn't show any proof or didn't really get anything across to people. So let me ask you this. Write in the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts on this. Because I'm just disgusted and horrified. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. And if you agree with me, let me know you agree with me. With that being said, thank y'all so much for watching. I'm sorry that I had to put y'all through that. With that being said, like I always say, be peaceful, y'all. Be great. Subscribe, like, share, and join the Hobby Lobby today. Memberships down below. And as always, go buy some merch as well. With that being said, again, peace and glory, everybody. Be peaceful and be great. I'm out.
1 in a million to 1 villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen. I'll end up melting the ceiling.